Welcome to Business Now. My name is Malcolm Sime, and we are tracking the ideas, investments, and market trends shaping Uganda's economy and connecting local businesses to the global marketplace. Business Now is proudly supported by Absa Bank Uganda with a Reward Everyday Island Getaway campaign. Every payment you make using your Absa debit and credit card gives you a chance to win an all-expenses paid island holiday. Simply pay with your card every day and turn your everyday spending into your next getaway. Now on the program this week, Uganda's coffee journey to the European Union market, and we also examine how Kampala's transport infrastructure is costing businesses billions of shillings in lost productivity and limiting the growth of micro, small and medium enterprises. We speak to the engineer and Member of Parliament, John Bosco Koikarisa, whose research highlights how congestion, poor road networks and weak connectivity are holding back economic growth in the Kampala metropolitan area.
So the congestion in this country, even in these cities, is as a result of lack of following the plans.
We also head to Changwari refugee settlement, where innovation is transforming livelihoods there. We meet a refugee entrepreneur who has developed a multilingual digital marketplace connecting refugees, young people and host communities to new markets and economic opportunities. And we sit down with a specialist coffee farmer, marketer and founder of Coffee Passport Project, Tom Kaliyesubula, to discuss his efforts to position the country's specialty coffee in the German market and build greater value for Uganda's coffee exports. I'm Malcolm Sime, and this is Business Now. Fresh uncertainty around shipping through the Strait of Hormuz has kept energy markets on the edge. Higher crude oil prices are increasing fuel and transport costs worldwide, and this is why it matters for us. Because higher fuel prices raise business operating costs and more expensive imports, increasing inflationary pressure. In turn, transport and manufacturing sectors also face higher costs. Major central banks continue to signal a cautious approach to cutting interest rates as inflation remains above target in several advanced economies for our markets. And for back home, borrowing on international markets remains expensive. Also, foreign investment decisions are going to become more cautious. Even then, pressure remains on financing for infrastructure and private sector growth. These are the stories we'll be tracking in this week on Business Now, where we explain what global market developments mean for Ugandan businesses, investors and consumers. NTV Business Now is supported by Absa Bank with the reward called Everyday Island Getaway campaign, and every payment you make using your Absa debit or credit card gives you a chance to win an all expenses paid island holiday. What you do, simply pay with your card every day and turn your everyday spending into your next getaway. So let us now dive in. A new study suggests Kampala's traffic congestion is more than just a commuter headache. It's becoming a major drag on business growth and Uganda's wider economy. Research by engineer and Member of Parliament John Bosco Koikarisa finds that poor transport infrastructure is driving up business costs, squeezing profit margins and limiting expansion, while firms with better transport links consistently perform better. The study urges that tackling congestion and investing in integrated transport systems could unlock productivity, improve competitiveness, and accelerate economic growth.
Transport infrastructure affects business competitiveness by 19.6%. And this means that in terms of business access to market, efficiency within the business, and the profit of the business, all of it aggregates to 19.6%. And of course, even it goes to the revenue that is collected from those businesses by the government. Because once you lose 19.6% of the profit, that means the government has lost part of that 19.6 in terms of income tax. So what is happening is that if the road infrastructure is improved, the overall business performance in Uganda will greatly improve, even the person in the lower markets, like Barukudembe market down there, even the people in the upper markets will also have their businesses improve. Even the people who bring in items in Kampala from the other regions, they will have their businesses improve. And it implies that the whole country overall will definitely have an improved business. So I can say that Uganda will have a very great improvement in the business once the transport infrastructure problem is solved. So the congestion in this country, even in these cities, is as a result of lack of following the plans. Or if the plans are there, they are not being executed. Number one, the road infrastructure in these cities must be well planned, and we have roads which can have higher carriages like the rapid transport, the buses. However, I must tell you that other models of transport are also very important to solve the congestion problem. If you look at the railway in Uganda here, even in Kampala metropolitan, the railway does not move even 2,000 people on a daily basis. But we have almost 5 million people moving in Kampala metropolitan on a daily basis. So we need to improve the railway. We need to have water transport improved. There is no need for someone who is coming from Entebbe and is going to Jinja. There wouldn't be, or even from Masaka, there wouldn't be any need for someone to move by bus or on the road. He would get a ferry from Masaka and he is in Jinja and he does business and the things will work. So even the air transport, like Kajansi, if Kajansi was very active and somebody moving from Kampala to Gulu does not need even to cross through Kampala. You get into Kajansi and you are off by air to Gulu. So what it means is that the multimodal transport system must work, because I was making analysis. I told you only road transport affects business competitiveness by 19.6%. But now when you aggregate other models of transport, if they are considered, maybe it would be by 40%. And if your profit margin on a business would be improved by just working on all these multimodal transports by 40%, then that means everything would be much better with multimodal means of transport. What is killing our systems is that we have technical people who have become more corrupt. Even leaders in districts and in town councils and in cities, they have stopped planning and doing things the right way, and they keep on being influenced by corruption. So what I think is that corruption in planning, actually planning authority must come out and lay out the growth of this country, the development strategy. And they must also put people in the planning on order. Because what is happening, you give a town council the place like where I come from, and you don't give them a plan. Everybody starts building the way he wants. So what you are saying, that could there have been maybe less concentration of ministries in Kampala? Would it have reduced congestion? It would, if planning is also being followed. Yes, it is also better to have cities like agricultural cities, and you find maybe Ministry of Agriculture is based there. That would probably reduce some kind of congestion. But what is bringing the major problem in this country is failure to follow the planning and failure to do the right things, and corruption that has engulfed the technical personnel within the responsibilities of planning for this country. From the business point of view, when you look at a container from Mombasa to Kampala, it is 4,000 plus US dollars as of today. But with railway, it would be even 900 to 1,500 US dollars to Kampala. And the time also that it would take just 2 days maximum from Mombasa to Kampala, and now it takes 5 days. And the level of environmental degradation by those trucks which bring these trailers is also pretty too much. So yes, the country, the president has come out very clearly that they are putting an investment into standard railway gauge and also the meter gauge, and the 8.8 trillion Uganda shillings has been budgeted for transport infrastructure this time around. So what we await to see as members of parliament is to ensure that that money is put to use and we see the implementation of standard railway gauge on ground. And for us as technical people within parliament, we are ready to continuously support the government to ensure that we look up to that happening. What remains to the government is that they should also ensure that that money is put into the right use, that we do not spend a lot of money and we don't get that transport infrastructure. So railway, standard railway gauge, and even the meter gauge would bring some difference, irrespective of the Uganda's desire to ensure that that happens. It could not do it until Kenya has made a decision. Fortunately enough, His Excellency Samoei Ruto has made a very serious proclamation, and they have started work. They are into high gear. They are working from Naivasha to Maraba. And that is why now Uganda must be ready immediately to do the connection. So since we are appropriating money, and we have done for standard railway gauge, and actually they had done a great job. Standard railway gauge, they had already compensated up to 80% of the land along where the standard railway gauge is going to pass. The designs are there, they have been set, but they lacked that element that was the decision of Kenya. So in 5 years, I believe we should be able to see standard railway gauge in Kampala. The government has looked at what we need to target on. That is on agriculture, industrialization, tourism, that is looking at mineral beneficiation, and also looking at science and technology. However, there are enablers which are going to precipitate that happening. And among the enablers, transport infrastructure is number one. That is going to enable those areas of investment which government is looking at to ensure that we get there.
Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is stepping up efforts to promote Uganda's coffee in the specialty coffee market, taking its coffee roadshow to Europe under the economic and commercial diplomacy docket, ahead of one of the industry's biggest trade events following promotional activities across Turkey. The government is now preparing to showcase its finest Arabica and Robusta coffees at the World of Coffee Brussels 2026, and as it seeks to build new trade partnerships and expand exports in lucrative European markets. Here are the highlights.
Energy, infrastructure, security, and defense. Turkish companies continue to make significant contributions to Uganda's development through investments in infrastructure, construction, manufacturing, and other strategic sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, tourism remains one of Uganda's priority economic sectors, often referred to as the Pearl of Africa. I am pleased to note that tourist arrivals from Uganda by the Turkish Airlines in strengthening connectivity between nations. The direct flights between Istanbul and Entebbe have significantly improved, facilitating tourism, trade, and investments. We deeply appreciate Turkish Airlines and continued support in promoting Uganda as a preferred destination in East Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Uganda remains committed to improving visitor experiences and enhancing Uganda's competitiveness as a tourist and investment destination. I also thank all partners, tour operators, travel agencies, and guests for your participation and support.
Dear Mrs. Usura and my Uganda family, thank you so much for hosting us perfectly, and my friends. It was one of a lifetime experience in Uganda. We really had so much fun, and I was so happy to be able to promote Uganda with the Turkish audience. Before, when we say Uganda in Turkey, they were just saying another country in Africa, but especially my environment, my friends.
Turkish traveling, doing business, deals among others. So Mohammed, you're welcome.
Get away. Let's stay with the coffee business because Uganda is looking beyond exporting coffee and focusing on selling its story. Through the Little Farms Uganda Coffee Passport, coffee entrepreneur Tom Kaliesubula is connecting German consumers directly with Ugandan farmers using storytelling and specialty coffee to build long-term trade partnerships and raise the value of Uganda's coffee in one of Europe's largest markets. I spoke to Tom via video link from Germany to better understand what the coffee passport is and why it matters for Uganda's coffee farmers and producers.
The passport is a document that profiles the farmer, it profiles the coffee and the farm. So in essence, it humanizes the coffee. And this is very, very important to the German coffee consumer. It goes to the heart of this whole conversation about traceability. People want to know who is growing their coffee. And this is the difference between our coffee and all the other coffees on the shelf. Because as you know, Germany gets coffee from every part of the world. So we want our coffee to speak louder than all the other coffees on the shelves. And this is the mechanism for creating this direct trade relationship that opens up doors for Ugandan coffee in the German market.
Tell me, how practical is that? How do you do it?
There is space in there for the person drinking the coffee to customize. They don't just read and keep it. They add their notes and it becomes something.
Goyus Tech has built a multilingual e-commerce platform that connects refugee entrepreneurs and host communities to the national and international markets. It creates new opportunities for income inclusion and business growth. And to understand more about this digital innovation, we spoke to the man himself and the founder, Goyus Tech, Jonathan Nabasa.
In this, we realized that a lot of refugees have, of course, some of them have smartphones, but at the same time, they don't know how to use their smartphones. So we came up with that idea, how best can we also train these young refugees, at least have a skill on how best they can use their smartphones to earn a living. So in this, we have brought up digital marketing, where we are training them specifically how to use social media handles, at least to market their products online. Then we go ahead and give them some basics in graphic designing. We give them basics in videography. We give them basics in the normal computer literacy. And then we have other young mothers whom we are skilling in these other vocational skills training apart from the ICT. So in this, we looked up black books making. We are looking at tailoring. We are looking at hairdressing. We are looking at welding. And these are the skills really that are helping the young mothers and the school dropouts to acquire a living through production and selling. But again, still as Goyus Tech, we found out that there is a very big gap and a very big challenge these people are facing, in one way that however much humanitarian organizations have come on board to train them in those skillings, we still have lack of market for these products, because it doesn't make any sense actually for you to give me a skill, I produce, and then I keep my products. So Goyus Tech, we also came up with an idea of starting up an e-commerce system. It is called goyustech.com, which is helping actually a lot of refugees earn extra income by accessing national and international market where they're selling their products. After now, we know that they have mastered that digital marketing session. We now onboard them, because during that digital marketing, we have that part where we train them how to use our platform, the Goyus Tech e-commerce. So when we are sure that this person is now convenient with using the website, we now help them to become vendors. So these people create accounts as vendors, and then that's how they come on board to start selling with us. Actually got engagement with Outbox Uganda, where we are happy to be among the 6 innovators that were selected to be supported. And I'm very sure that this support is going to bring up a very big change in our communities. I'm glad to tell you that We have been getting orders actually from the neighboring districts, as I've told you. And even we have people from Kasese actually who just bought bags worth almost like 3 million from our platform. And this money is actually going to that vendor, that woman in the village who has produced those bags, or who has produced the books, or who is producing the vegetables, and they're able to get that good money, unlike if they were to sell it within the settlement of Changwali. We are actually first looking at how best can we support this person deep in the village. So one, after telling you that we are working definitely with refugees, these refugees, one, they don't understand English. So one of the best features we have on our platform, it is language translation. Another technology, it is WhatsApp, whereby instead of, for example, going on the platform, putting all your locations details, we have put in a WhatsApp plugin so that it helps you actually, the moment you tap on a product, you can directly order through WhatsApp. We are looking also on how to put the payment gateways, because we may not actually, our vendors may not trust the customers to just pay on delivery, because what if you get the product and then you run away with it? So we have put in the payment modes so that whenever you're making an order, you're able to pay using mobile money and the Visa cards, MasterCards, and then the transaction is made. So those are some of the features we have really put on. And the last part of that, we are now building a mobile application so that it is easy for everyone to access, because right now we have a web application.
And that's all we have for you on Business Now, where we bring you the stories shaping business markets and opportunities in this country and beyond. You can follow me on @MalcolmSime on X for more updates, and you can catch a replay of this program on our NTV Uganda YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And the program is also proudly supported again by Absa Bank Uganda. Don't forget to follow Absa Bank Uganda on all social media platforms, and you can use your Absa credit or debit card to pay for your purchases every day, and then you stand a chance to win an all expenses paid island getaway through the Island Escape Card campaign. Thanks for watching Business Now. Next up is NTV Tonight.